Now, we're going to talk about how the women in America got it good. And we're not going to say that the women in Iran have it bad. Okay? It's just that you can tell that the women in America have it really, really good. So we're gonna get into it, man. It's wild when you really, really think about it. And I've said this before. I said this before, yo. When you really, really think about it, if you give every woman in the world money, all jokes aside, wouldn't be no more children. It would be very few, very few. Freedom is one thing. I would be safe to say that they need to be policed, same way that they do in Iran, for their own good.
What if running a marathon could get you arrested? In Iran, that's exactly what happened when women ran in the Kish Island Marathon. Just a few weeks ago, more than 5,000 people took part at the Kish Island Marathon in Iran. Now, this marathon is unique not only because the island's circumference is exactly 42 kilometers, which is the distance that people run in marathons, but also because of the intense focus on hijab compliance. As you can see, hundreds of women ran without headscarf. This simple act, running freely as athletes do everywhere else in the world, triggered outrage from Iranian authorities. The event was condemned as a violation of public decency. Organizers were arrested. The marathon became a crime scene. Now, in case you didn't know, not wearing a headscarf is a crime in Iran. Here's Iranian journalist Masih Alinahat explaining the consequences women in Iran face when they do not wear the hijab.
This is what Islamic Republic wants me to be. This is what Taliban and ISIS wants us to be. And this is my true self. In Iran, I was told if I take off my hijab, I will be hanged with my hair by God. I'll get kicked out from school. I'll get lashes. I'll get jailed. I'll get fined. I get beaten up in the street every day by morality police. If I get raped, it's my fault. If I take off my hijab, I won't be able to exist as a woman in my homeland. In the West, I am told if I share my stories, then I will cause Islamophobia.
To the woman of Iran, you deserve admiration, respect, and unwavering support. And to people all over the world, supporting Iranian women does not mean imposing with.
Women in America got it good. Let me let you niggas know something. They got something in Iran called the morality police. This is how they keep the morale. It's something called the morality police. Who is it against, Prince? The women. And I'll tell you something. I think it's for good cause. I actually believe that women do need to be policed with their pussies, their activities, and everything. If you want to, have something growing. Now, they putting like, think about it, guys. There's nothing that a woman can do over here that's a crime other than damn assault and robbery. Like, none of the just like regular stuff that fucks up the morale.
The king of Iran made it illegal for women to wear the hijab in public in 1936. Police literally ripped scarves off women's heads. Fast forward about 40 years after the 1979 Islamic Revolution in Iran, and the new Iranian government did the exact opposite. Now, women are punished if they don't wear a headscarf in Iran. This is a perfect example of one of the fundamental flaws of the system of government, which was never designed to truly preserve freedom, but to restrict and control freedom. Let's create new systems of governance where your freedoms are permanently built so deeply into the system that no one can remove it. The king of Iran made it illegal for...
Let's go. Let's go. I got a lot of this stuff for y'all. Not too much, though. Just want to...
Hello, fellow feminists. Let's check in the situation with our ladies in Iran. We have news reports that women across the country are now feeling empowered to walk outside with no hijab as they so please. And then when you have enough people doing that, it's not like the morality police can arrest everybody in the country. And does the morality police even have jurisdiction these days? A true act of defiance. And then on the other side in Iran, we now have up to 100 people arrested in connection with the schoolgirl poisonings. Again, we have no information about who these 100 people are, what their connection is, how is this organized. And our numbers of those affected by the poisoning are now approaching the thousands, multiple thousands.
Like the men out there in Iran, they will not let these women run amok of what they have built. You understand? Think about it as such. All right, let me move on.
Running 26.2 miles in a marathon is brutal. Your lungs burn, your legs scream. Now imagine doing it with a giant cloth around your head and neck in the heat. On Friday, 2,000 women participated in a marathon in Iran, and the organizers decided to let them run freely and not to enforce the hijab rule. The regime has responded by arresting 2 of the organizers for violating public decency, and they are now facing criminal charges for letting women breathe while they run. Now, for some important context, ever since 2022, observance of the hijab rule in Iran has been very inconsistent. That's when Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old Iranian woman, was arrested by the morality police for failing to properly wear her hijab in public. She then died in custody. Most Iranians know it was from police brutality after...
It's not a game out there, guys. Understand what's happening. They don't play.
This is what you need to know about the new hijab laws that Iran is trying to enforce. After 6 months of protest, the regime has shown that it doesn't care.
After 6 months of protests, thinking you could pull that America shit off, the regime does not care. Those men built something, and they will not have it destroyed the way America let the women destroy over here. And the women are fighting the best as they could.
Women who show their hair in public can be fined thousands of dollars.
Showing your hair, you could be fined thousands of dollars. Over here, they taking out babies. They doing it all. They got it good over here. They get the fuck shit up. You fuck shit up over there, you gonna pay.
Women who show their hair in public can be fined thousands of dollars. The regime also plans on installing surveillance cameras everywhere so they can...
Surveillance cameras everywhere, like New York City. Everywhere I go, cameras. Not for crime. Yeah, a crime. A crime is for women not to obey. It's a crime over there. And they're putting in cameras. And they're going to just come scoop them up like a, you know, one of those with camera tickets. They're going to get all your, you're going to get your metrics and they're going to come scoop you up.
On installing surveillance cameras everywhere so they can check if the women are actually wearing their hijab or not. And also to identify the women that are not. Teachers must make sure that the female students are wearing a hijab. And if the female students are not, they're banned from class. The hijab is mandatory next to everywhere, in restaurants, in cars, at the metro, at the airport, in government offices. And even online, that means if you are a creator, a social media person, or just somebody who wants to post themselves online, as a woman, you have to make sure that you're wearing a hijab. There have been cases of hotels and restaurants being shut down because they serve women without a hijab on.
They shut down your business if you play around, trying to let these bitches be what they ain't.
Also, the regime making sure the women do not have a safe space. Because now even businesses that would not have minded serving women that did not wear a hijab will not do that anymore because they're scared of losing their business, their livelihood.
So let me ask you this question, sis. You look Iranian. Would you go over there and be with your sisters? Since you speaking up for them so much, would you go over there and be with them? Do you love them? Or do you have it good in America where you could just destroy what men have built?
Because they're scared of losing their business, their livelihood. Social media has this thing where it cares about a certain topic for a month at most, more likely a few weeks, and then it moves on to the next topic. We can't let that happen here. This is what the regime wants. The regime expects us to just move on and not care about them anymore, so they can do what they have been doing for the last 40 years and oppress every single citizen of Iran, and especially women. This is why it's so important that we have to keep talking about this. Don't give them what they want and just move on and look away because, too many people have talked about it already. They need to know that the world's eyes are still on them and will stay on them until every single person in Iran, but especially women, can live freely. This is what you need to know about the new hijab laws.
There you go, guys.
I would like to preface this video by saying that it is not my intention to be mean or condescending when I say that Muslim women are brainwashed, but this comment and many others like it in the comments of my last TikTok video prove how deep they...
Just want to show you guys a little something.
Iran's morality police will once again patrol the country's streets to enforce hijab regulations.
با اون دسته از کسانی که متاسفانه توجهی به تبعات و عواقب پوشش خارج از عرف نداشتن و همچنان در هنجار شکنی خودشون اصرار دارند.
Hijab street patrol operations were put on pause following the death of Mahsa Amini, a 22-year-old woman who died in morality police custody in September 2022. She was reportedly detained for not properly wearing a headscarf while in public. Following her death, protests erupted across the country and, in solidarity, many women refused to wear their hijabs. The head of Iran's police force also said legal action will be taken against those who refuse to follow the country's strict dress code, with dissenters being referred to the judicial system.
Yep, it's not a game. That's why I say these bitches over here, come on, bro. We're looking at men who have built something and they will not let it be ruined by bitches. Simple.
Life for women in Iran could see more restrictions coming back into place. Iran's morality police will be returning to the streets to enforce Iran's hijab laws. The morality police are a unit that's meant to ensure that certain Iranian laws are being respected, like that women cover their hair with a hijab or that they wear long, loose-fitting clothes that cover their figures. The morality police can...
Long, loose-fitting clothes that covers their figures. You won't be out here putting your pussy out and your ass out. Now, what do you think about that? You're going to have some damn morals. Once you get in your house, do what you do. But when you out in the street, you're going to act like you got some damn sense.
People who are seen as improperly dressed and have access to weapons, detention centers, and so-called re-education centers. A spokesperson has said that the patrols, which were paused, have started again on foot and with vehicles. But why were the patrols paused? 10 months ago, 21-year-old Mahsa Amini died in custody.
This woman, some woman out there, she died for the cause. Hold on, what happened, pimp? The fuck happened here? Yo. Yeah, the bitch died for the cause, pimp.
Iran and the hijab, let's talk about it. People ask me about Iran and the hijab all the time, and I do think that this comment is really interesting because if you are on Iranian social media or you know any elderly Iranian people, you may have seen a headline asserting that Iran has abolished the mandatory hijab law. Short answer to this is that no, Iran has not abolished the mandatory hijab law. However, things are a little bit more nuanced than that. Understand that nuance, which actually is a really critical thing to understand, we have to look at a few different things. Now, to really understand where we're at when it comes to hijab in Iran, we have to start in 2023, 2024. 2023, President Ebrahim Raisi proposed a draft of the bill that we see now. Early draft of that bill was...
Whatever the case is, them bitches ain't got a chance. You hear me? You got to understand what's happening here. They don't have a chance. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
I was taken by the morality police because my pants weren't wide enough. And they take you for the weirdest reasons, okay? They your nail color, your hijab, your clothing, anything. If they just feel like taking you, they will take you. And there is no one who can stop them.
You hear me, guys? It's not a game. You're going to act right.
One time, you can't have fucking, you couldn't have nail polish, okay? You had to go like this. I'm like, right now, that's how you had to be out in public. You could not have nail polish on. God forbid you had a red nail polish on, you were considered a whore, okay?
Hello? Hello? Keep that shit in the house. What you guys think about these rules?
Hey, y'all, you may have seen this misleading headline. Let's talk about it. So while this headline and others like it make it seem like, I guess, some kind of victory has happened or that in reality.
It's funny, man. I'll say this. The Iranian bitches look good, B.
Morality police have been shut down, but this is very misleading. Here's why.
You don't get to see how many Iranian bitches.
So here's what actually happened. When the Attorney General, Jafar Montazeri, was asked about whether the morality police had been shut
Not her, but she don't look bad.
down, he basically said that it may have been shut down by the people who started it, which is not him or the judiciary. It was a...
I think your story is also really significant because people might assume that it's only women that face this level of discrimination and cruelty, when in reality the Islamic regime impacts both men and women and individuals as part of the LGBTQ community.
Right. Hello? Hello? They don't play that rainbow shit over there. You got to go to the army at 18, learn how to use weapons.
Both men and women and individuals as part of the LGBTQ community. I left Iran when I was 12. And although you are legally considered a woman after the age of 9, and you can easily marry a girl after the age of 13,
God damn, them niggas are crazy.
And a boy after the age of 15, there is really no laws against child marriages in Iran. There's lots of articles about that out there that anyone can research. And what I remember the most about my time in Iran is having to lie about my age when I was walking around without a hijab. Even when I was with my very Islamic grandmother who did wear her hijab, I would have to lie about how old I was because my grandmother did not believe in enforcing me to wear a hijab, and especially when I was younger. When I would get questioned by the morality police about my age, I just remember feeling that fear. I also have stories from friends who've been arrested and put in back of vans and taken to jail because their boot was too tall or their manto, which is their covering was not how it should have been. The thing about the Islamic regime is that there is no predictability in what they enforce upon young.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Now, that was the first lie. From what it sounds like is, don't be wearing no nail polish. Get you some French manicures or whatever the case is. Make sure your clothes are extra baggy. Okay? And make sure you got that shit on your head. That's basically it. When I hear these bitches talk about boots too tall, red, shit, all the shit that they know is wrong, they doing that shit on purpose. And this woman said her grandmother told her, yo, lie. Crazy work. But I believe just wear your shit baggy, and I don't think you got a problem at all.
Young people, and that is their secret weapon to keep the people down so that they can't come together and they can't have an uprising. That's what's also so incredible about what's happening right now, because despite the poverty, despite the pressures, despite COVID, people have been able to come together. This is a revolution that the Iranian people will win. And I think it's important that we share these stories so people know the true reality of how evil the Islamic regime truly is.
Do you denounce it? Do you denounce the whole thing? Have you married an American?
Okay, so by now you've probably been seeing the headlines that say the Islamic Republic is bringing back the morality police, also known as Gasht Ershad. And as you all know, when Mahsa Jina Amini was killed at the hands of the Islamic Republic's so-called morality police in September of 2020.
These Iranians ain't bad, yo. I never seen this many Iranians.
Iranians took to the streets in mass protests and demonstrations, and women and girls were seen burning their headscarves on the streets in defiance and protest against the state's mandatory hijab laws. So then on December 5th, 2022, the New York Times ran a misleading piece with an incorrect headline that said the morality police had been abolished. So while those notorious morality police vans that are white with green lettering may not have been utilized the same as they have been in years prior.
Bernie, first of all, you're a piece of crap. Oh, Iranians are from the Caucasus Mountains. Oh. They don't look bad, though. You know I like some snow, pimp. I mean, you know, a lot of times I don't be knowing what to cover. But one thing I do like to cover is some pussy. And, you know, it is what it is. You know? We'll cover this pussy. And one thing we like is some pussy that's not reckless.
The mandatory hijab laws of the Islamic Republic were being enforced in various ways.
We like pussy that's not reckless.
Can you explain what the morality police are?
They're a group of a big team of people that the government hired and told them to stand anywhere in the streets and look at people. If they don't like what they see, they say, come with us because you are not wearing your hijab or your clothes are not the way we find it appropriate. That's their job. I have been captured twice. One of the times, the only thing that was the issue for me was because my jeans was ripped on the knee, and they took me to the police station. They took pictures of me like a criminal, yes, and they asked me to sign that I will never do this again. And my parents had to come to the police station and bring me the appropriating protection clothes that they would let me go. They also offended my dad a lot, and they said, as if like I am his property. A 20-something year old. They said, do you know what is your daughter doing in the streets? You have let her go. Yeah, so it's extremely humiliating.
explain what the morality police are?
There are a group of a big team of people that the government hired and told them to stand anywhere in the streets and look at people. If they don't like what they see, they say, "Come with us because you are not wearing your hijab or your clothes are not the way we find it appropriate." That's their job. I have been captured twice. One of the times, the only thing that
My fault. My fault. You understand? They chastised that woman's father. Said, you got this little hot box bitch out here. You understand? Bernie, what's good?
What up, Pimpin'?
What's good with you?
Ain't much. I'm gonna sit here and let you rock. Let me know you ready for me to tell you the story.
All right. No, King Disagreeable. I mean, on the snow tip, up here it's a little different, especially when you like me and shit. So one of my strategies for snow, you can't really approach snow in that kind of way up here all the time, especially somebody like me. You know, I'm just a regular dude. So what I do is I spend a lot of time around them. You know what I mean? I have I give off those pheromones and stuff like that. So I try to take my time, spend time around them, make sure that I'm a friendly one to be around. It's a whole process, man, especially for what I'm trying to get. But I make sure I spend time around them at stores, grocery stores, where they can try to get familiar with me as much as they can, where I could possibly speak. Because me, I'm around the ones with houses and stuff like that, not no regular apartment having white bitch. That's just because that's where I be at. I don't really like them bitches over there, them dog walking bitches and all that. I'm good on all that. I want the bitches with the house with the dog inside. It's a process. It's scared out here. Like, I want to spend Bob Rogers' divorce money. Like, I had one with the divorce stuff, but I had others, but I want that divorce money. And I'll tell you why you can kind of trust me. My range is, a little more expanded than others, as well as my age range, knowing what I'm looking for from a divorce standpoint. So, them bitches be wrinkling up real fast, but they do run a lot, and I find sexiness in their legs, long as they don't got the skin cancer shit. And I'll even do some of the skin cancer ones, long as they white blonde. So they look like a real monster. So it's a fine line. Because I want the old elder wrinkled divorce pussy. But some of these, 30, they ain't all the way wrinkled yet, and they got good money too. Nigga said you just love the BW like a dummy. I had this other one that was working at this medical place, B. It's crazy. She was, like I tell you, she was drawing money from the life insurance, taking out the loans from the life insurance, whatever she was doing to make things nice. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. Things ain't the best for me right now, but I'm trying. I can't get away with the money stuff, so I gotta slow roll it. I can't do nothing fancy. Bernie, what's good though?
Yeah, man, I was gonna tell you how these two fools got up, man, but you got a whole show going.
No, I'm good, son. Like,
all right, I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, before you go, let me explain something to you. You niggas don't want it to be like Iran over here. You niggas love bitches to have their freedom. I'm you know me, Bernie. I'm playing all the videos niggas don't want to hear. They don't want to see this shit. They want to talk about how bitches need to listen to niggas and all this wild shit. This is that shit right here. You know what I mean? This is bitches are like, I show you bitches at their best, which is what they believe is at their worst. But niggas don't want to hear it.
My only question, if I may, on this topic. So they come over here, and then when they get here, they get westernized, right? Then they run for politics, they get in office. But my question is, who are they really leading? Because Muslim women are not allowed to lead. They can't lead Juma prayer. They can't even lead prayer in their own homes. And the children, they got to sit behind the children. So who are they leading when they run for politics? That's my question. That would be my only thing. When they get propped up and put in office, who's really controlling them? Because they're not leading nothing. That's my only thing. If you follow me. You follow me on that one?
It's a tough question, man. You know what I mean?
Like,
I would say two answers. America will fuck up anybody, and yeah, they could actually be infiltrated.
Because you look at the Somali women, right? And they in politics. There was a dude who went there, Minnesota, and they said they can't talk to him. They can't talk to men in the street,
Right.
the women.
Right.
So you got to ask yourself, if they can't talk to men out in public on an interview, what the hell they doing in politics? Who they leading, and are they allowed to talk? They got permission then? That's my only question.
That's another two-part answer. Some may be a more devout Muslim, and then they could also be infiltrating.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you got them fake Christians and all that shit. You know?
Because that would be my main thing, because now if they come here and they take the hijab off and they denounce
right.
the East.
Right.
You know. And they letting them things swing.
Yo, they got some ass, B. Because
they got ass. They got ass like sisters.
I like some Iranian bitches, man.
They got ass like sisters. I done seen a couple stuff online, but
you could see it over here. Like if I play this video, Iranian women. Oh God. Iranian women no hijab. And you'll see some ass.
Yep.
Hold on.
On the eve of 40 days since the murder of Mahsa Amini, Iranian women of all ages walk in the city of Shiraz without the hijab in defiance of the mandatory veiling law.
I mean, it's a lot of them bitches out there, B. Here we go. I think it was this. Right. Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? For whatever it's worth. For whatever it's worth. Man.
That's some good loving right there, boy. Good loving.
Whatever it's worth. You know what I mean? But what's good? What's good? What's good?
Yeah, I dig them. I dig the Iranian women. I like them. I like the Pakistani women. I like the Indian women.
Yeah, but what you had to say? What was it?
I was gonna tell you how Floyd got up with Austin.
Right. I'm cool with that.
It was an exchange. See, a lot of people don't know when they cover that topic was that Floyd, he gets money. He got like a check for his disability, and his other YouTube channel was popping. That was a big YouTube channel he had.
Really?
That was his money maker. That auditor channel. So Austin ran into a little bit of hard financial struggles traveling, and I remember this because I was a moderator on his channel.
Right.
And my theory was they got together was because Austin needed bread. Let's say it like this. Floyd has something Austin needed, which was some bread.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Was Floyd the one that got stuck in the DR?
Nah, Floyd didn't get stuck in the DR.
All right, go ahead. So Floyd had a popping channel before he met Austin.
Yeah, Floyd always have an extra strike, right? Floyd had a popping channel. He would get the thing is Floyd just ain't carry himself well. He ain't dressed well. He didn't have the access that Austin had. Austin liked to dress. He liked to splurge. So
Floyd
it was like an exchange. Austin was coaching him, and Floyd was paying him for the coaching.
Okay.
That was the whole deal. So Floyd, when you saw them together, you saw Floyd trying to cut his hair. He would take them shopping. They would go on shopping vlogs and shit. He'd be trying to dress Floyd up.
Really?
Yeah. And then when Floyd got his channel, I mean not Floyd, Austin. Whatever little rut Austin was in, once he came up out of it, he jetted. He dipped. He went to Europe or somewhere, and Floyd went to South America. They had went somewhere where Floyd wasn't getting no action. I think it was Poland or somewhere, or Argentina. And they split ways because the women there wasn't feeling Floyd. They was down in Paraguay, whatever you call that, Paraguay or Argentina and Uruguay. And Floyd wasn't getting no action. He went and made a whole YouTube rant about Argentina and his racist, yada yada yada. So he went his way. Austin went his way. But Floyd had to come back to the States because he had a warrant. You feel me? And he kind of went downhill from there. And he would splurge his bread, man. He would go on YouTube lives and do these little fundraisers and shit, asking people, tell him what to do for money. Like, so people would send him money, tell him to do all kind of crazy shit.
All right.
So that's kind of how I kind of came, like they would be like, Floyd, do this. And he'll be like, all right, send me this much and I'll do it.
So you don't remember nothing that they asked him to do?
They would, he like, Floyd, get a haircut.
Okay.
They'll be like, Floyd, get a haircut.
Yeah.
They'll be like, send me $40, I get the haircut. They be like, Floyd, get a new shirt. They'll be like, send me $50, I'll get a new shirt.
Right.
And he would be with bitches, and we'll be like, yo, Floyd, shorty look young, yo, she look mad young. He'll be like, nah, I checked the ID, I checked her ID. He was a goofball, like we was getting mad, like entertainment out of him, like roasting him.
Hold on. So you would say that the bitch look a little young?
Yes.
Now, I'm not blaming you. What I'm saying is, because what I've seen in these comments,
the chat will be
right. So the chat would say that, or whatever the case is. Hypothetically, you would agree with it. I'm not blaming you, but after that, the chat box would say certain things like, "Yo, you hitting that tonight" and all that wild shit as well, though, right?
Well, see, that's the thing. See, Floyd would be lying. He would be like, he ain't mad. He would be pretty much, he would be getting called out. The chat would be calling him out. I mean, you have some weirdos in the chat, I'm sure. But for like dudes, like say me, for example, we will watch him, or I would, just to see the shenanigans and see the downfall, because he was spiraling out of control.
Right.
And then he would, and we would say, Floyd, you down there paying for play. He would be like, no, I'm not paying for play. I'm going on legitimate dates. You know, he was trying to like pass it off like he was really going on legitimate dates. He would say the girl was cleaning his Airbnb. He would say shit like that. So what he would do,
Now,
what he would do, right?
Where was he at this point, if you could recall?
I know he was in, where was he at? He went to the DR and he might have been in Colombia.
Now, also, did he ever go to Africa with Austin?
You know where he was? He was in Brazil. He was in Brazil. He was not in Rio. He was in another part of Brazil. I forget the little town, but I remember he was in Brazil too.
Did he ever go to Africa?
Nah, he couldn't get his bread up enough to go there. He was trying to do fundraisers and shit on his lives. You know, and then Austin just wasn't fucking with him. Austin went to another level. Austin just went. See, Austin changed his trajectory from dating, traveling. You know, like he changed that to, he started saying, "Oh, I'm here for the culture." You know, so he would try to do more cultural shit. He would do more like other things in his YouTube, like, you know, actually show you the town and actually show you business and shit like that. He'll try to get into shit like that, not center his channel around dating. Floyd never left. He never pivoted from that dating, traveling. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that, I think ultimately, truthfully, that's kind of where he went wrong. I mean, you could do what you want to do when you travel, but you ain't got to be, he's so vocal and so dumb and broadcasting this business. And he can't even tell when the locals is laying a trap for his ass. Like if you go find one of his lives, it's one of his recent lives right before he got back. He walking around Brazil, and the dude asked him, "What are you here for? Like what brings you here?" This fool gonna go, "Oh, I'm here for dating."
Well, I understand. That shit is crazy.
But you could tell the question, the way the question, you could tell they laying a trap for his ass. He hot.
Yeah,
You gotta watch the video.
Hold on. So, was they ever in Brazil together?
That I don't see. I can't recall that far back. They might have been. I don't know how. No, because you know, Austin got banned out of Brazil way a long time ago.
I was going to get to that. So how did that happen?
I don't know what, because Austin, you know what? Quiet as kept. To be honest with you, Austin got hit with that first, that sex tourism, and he had some chick run up on him, went public or went to the officials and said he was
some news bitch. I remember some.
Right. Yeah, he had to get up out of there. Yeah, he got up out of there. He came up out of it.
He was doing the Floyd shit with the bitches. That's the last I seen.
That's what I'm saying.
What happened after he left Brazil?
That's what I'm saying. See, they used to broadcast it like what they purposely, intently, what their intentions was. But Austin pivoted. Floyd never pivoted.
Let me ask you this question: why do you think Floyd went back to Brazil?
That's a good question. You want to know why? Because the last time I watched Floyd, I remember his videos are still on his channel. His car had broke down. He was broke. He was fucked up. He had just got released from jail, and his car broke down. He was stressing out. He was crashing out.
After he'd been doing Brazil and was popping.
Right. This was all after he was back in the States. He was back in Oklahoma.
All right.
The video's still on his channel. His car breaks down. He's going through it, and then next thing you know, he went dark. his channel went dark, and then next thing you know, he popped back up in Colombia. So when you ask that question, it make me think that he had to get linked up with somebody who was like, yo, come down here and get down with this, you know, little what we got going on, this little trafficking ring. I don't know. Because he just popped back up and then in his movements, like, see, I'm a little bit different from everybody's already just tying him into it like heavy. I kind of watch a little, you know, listen to what he's saying, his movements. And when you watch him, he is talking a little bit like coded. He paranoid. He said he paranoid. He walking down the street. He like, why is this helicopter following me? It's like certain shit you just won't say. You feel what I'm trying to say? You ever been back in the day when you was hustling and you be saying shit that, you know, you only would say because you know you doing something wrong?
Right.
That's kind of like if you just traveling and you enjoying the scenery, you know, that you enjoying the women, you getting a little sippy sip. Right. Exactly. But he like walking, he like, why is this helicopter following me? He like, I don't trust nobody.
Now, hold on. So the channel went dark and then he popped back up in Colombia.
Right.
After Colombia, he went to the DR with Jay Rello. So
no, that DR shit had to be, I don't know when that DR had to be early.
Okay.
That's like origin story. That DR shit is like origin story.
Okay. So
you found some original shit.
Colombia to Brazil.
Yes.
Okay.
His channel, when you get your time to do some research, the channel's called Foreign Only. That's his channel. That's his traveling channel, Foreign Only.
That nigga's crazy.
When you go to the channel, you'll see, you can follow it. He's in the States. His car breakdown. That's like 8 months ago or 10 months ago. And then you don't see no more videos until like 3 months ago. He's in Colombia.
Okay.
And he with some old wild looking bitch.
And he leaves there and goes to Brazil.
He goes to Colombia first.
Right.
Then he goes to Brazil. Then he gets bagged.
But the helicopters was following before he got bagged.
Yeah, he's in this video title. What was the title of that video? It's like Trouble in Brazil or some shit like that.
So
or
if you had to guess, you would say he went out there for some money.
See, if I had to guess, I think that he was walking along the edge of some nefarious shit. I don't think he was all the way in, like, you know, like a mover and shaker to get pussy and get some pussy. The dude have to do. Look, when you talk about dick discipline and all the dick policing, I mean, this dude ain't had no dick discipline, man.
He had a wild looking bitch in Colombia.
Yeah, yo, that's what I'm saying. Dude was tricking heavy, like on some real shit. It's like his whole MO was just to get pussy. Just like that video you played with him and Jay Rello.
So why
it's like his whole motivation, like,
to trick?
Yeah. Huh?
So you think he was in Brazil to trick?
I think that he got close to it because it was access to. This is what I think. I think that when you watch Floyd would not discriminate if they are minor, older, of age, or old. If they're a stud, just like he said, because he had them in his videos.
Why would you say that?
Huh?
Why would you say that?
He's made videos of it. You can go to his channel. He's already done this shit. Like, he got a stud in his.
He scared me when he said, "Yo, she got a pussy. It don't matter." I was like, "Whoa!"
He got the stud in his Airbnb. He had the stud almost had the stud. He wasn't paying her. She had a tee off on him and like, "Yo, pay me my money," because he showed it online. He showed everything. The dude is like on some, it's some shit you just, you know how you know, just turn the camera off, like you don't stream this.
Nah. You said it.
He streamed
No,
everything.
no. You said it before. You said he dumb. He dumb.
He dumb. Yo, the dude just wasn't, he just ain't have no like
dumb.
smooth operator, flow
dumb.
to his method. Yeah,
There's no nice way to put it. He's dumb.
Nigga dumb. Nigga is dumb. Hey, yo, you know what's crazy? And I don't want to like step on nobody's toes. I don't know if this is real. We're gonna do a video, but I was literally watching his video last night, and this was when he was back and he was still in the States, in the US, and he was talking about new ideas. The title of the video is called New Ideas and Changes. And he was literally shitting on Brazil. He was like, how he was talking about how Brazil is different. It's harder to move and make moves in Brazil now. In Brazil, they done tightened up. And it's just so like, when you listen to it, it's like bittersweet because you got bagged in Brazil.
Let me ask you this then. If he was with the minors, what reason do you think he was with them?
Because it's my answer. Floyd is a trick, and anybody who's selling his access to women is through pay for play. And so whoever is on the other end of pay for play, it don't matter if it was a minor, a woman of age, or an old lady. That's his MO.
8 to 80.
And in South America, they have an epidemic with underage prostitution. So it's not nothing. I don't think he's specifically targeted. I just think he just tricks. It wouldn't matter if it was old, young, or old. I mean, or middle or of age.
Okay, hold on. Now, one of the problems that I do have, even though you called them dumb, one of the problems I have with the case is the Uber thing. Now, have you seen his videos when he was in Brazil before?
Yeah, more likely I have. I've seen a lot of his videos. I've seen a lot of his
him
videos.
do a Uber back in those days.
Yes. He jumped in the Uber and he used the Uber. He recorded himself in the Uber. He got the bitch in the Uber. He telling the Uber driver turn the music down. Nigga record. Bro, this shit is wild.
Okay.
Pip, look, when I tell you his videos are wild, yo, he had one bitch. You could clearly, she was in the DR. You could clearly tell the bitch was part of whatever DR crew, gang. This bitch was jumping on the back of motorbikes. He was giving this bitch money. She was coming back to get more money. His goofy ass. I mean, you gotta watch this shit, bro. The bitch, you could tell she was part of some DR. What they call the slums in the DR.
The body.
He was trying to call an Uber for the broad. She said no, she got her own ride. A few seconds later, some dude pull up on a motorbike. She hopped on the motorbike. That's some old DR hood shit.
Dang.
Total goofball, man. You listen to me. Trust me. I follow because I was following Austin. I was a mod on his channel. That's how I seen Floyd. Floyd became like a spectacle. He became somebody. Name somebody who you about to get some laughs off. Like you go to them, you about to get some laugh on. You about to roast them.
You ever seen Jimmy Kimmel?
Mm-hmm.
He's like the Mexican dude on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, you send him out. You're gonna get laughs on him. You tell him to do all kind of why he do it, and and he's so gullible. He's so harmless in his action. You think that's Floyd?
He just gonna pay pussy. He'll pay.
And he gonna document it. He on the street talking about Bonita, you here?
Okay.
Bonita, you here?
Now I'm gonna ask you some incriminating questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you think he had Patreon or OnlyFans?
See, that's a good question because he had 5 phones. So it is, and they got it. So when you ask me that question, I would say I wouldn't put it. I don't know. I can't say for sure for certain. I didn't know about it. He didn't
If you
advertise
had
it.
to guess, would you say yes or no?
I would say yes. I would say he got some kind of dark web. Yeah, he probably got something. He throwing his shit up there. Not only fans, but he probably got some other shit that he's smashing bitches and posting it.
WhatsApp or something like that.
Yeah, you figure you keeping all of that footage for something. He got 5 flash drives, like 5 SD cards, 5 cell phones.
Well, let me
You
say
don't
this.
need
Let me say this. I know nobody gonna understand this, but let me say this. You see the way people do YouTube channels or Facebook. You know, I ain't been on Facebook in years, but they'll give you like a 5-year anniversary of Facebook and stuff like that, all the videos and stuff you did and all this wild shit.
right.
And people do books and diaries, and Einstein leave notes, and Newton and all of them. And I honestly believe that not only not him, but some brothers record all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? For I would just say recorded history. Now I know it's a crime or whatever unless you in the game, but even porno stars, that's their recorded history,
It's like what they say how serial killers keep parts of
And
their victims as
and
souvenirs. It's
and
souvenirs.
and it's not a crime long as you don't make it public. I'm not talking about the youngins. I'm talking about
I
grown
get
up.
you, yeah. Right, like revenge porn. Long as you
Yeah, long
right.
as you don't do
You
none of that, that's for your log. That's your history. That's your life.
it's very true, likely because I mean shit. I mean, I know I had when I was doing my little, shaking and moving and busting them down, I had videos of chicks I buzzed down. I deleted my shit, but
I mean,
I
many
feel what you're
people
saying.
have it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like girls
right,
like it,
right,
guys like it.
and, right.
And it's just like a recorded point in time. Long as you
Right.
don't do no public stuff with it.
I agree. I think that he was keeping archive and he might have had some intentions of selling it or using it for later or just like it is his souvenir. Uh However, when you I think about this, if I'm just average Joe and I'm, doing whatever I'm doing, if I'm going to meet the ladies, have a drink, I don't need more than one cell phone. When you got 4 or 5, is you definitely lead it can lead to some
Right, you holding a lot
suspicion
of
of some
gigabytes around. Now,
right.
me, I'm one of them
Exactly.
niggas. I got, I got like, if I get busted right now, if I get busted when I'm in the street, now all the phones ain't on, but I'm probably gonna have at least 3-4 phones on me.
But you had them, those are old, you had them throughout. You bringing them with you to DR?
Yes.
How many phones you bringing 5 phones with you to the DR?
Nah, it's like what I got. I got 1. Okay, I'm bringing 1, 2, and 3. I'm bringing 3 for sure. You know what I'm saying? But
How many
New York,
SD cards?
I ain't got no damn SD card. I don't know nothing about that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know nothing about that shit.
Hey, how many laptops
I'm
you
good with
bring?
the gigs that's on my phone. Now I must admit, I'm gonna have my iPad as well. I might have like 2 laptops. I mean,
Damn,
it's regular tech
what you
shit.
doing?
It's regular tech shit.
The fuck is you doing, content? Maybe you need it. I don't know. I feel like you might need your laptop, your iPad, and your phone. That's good enough.
Right. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You don't need much more than that.
You got 2 GoPros, 5 SD cards, 4 fucking chips, fucking 5 phones.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear's laptop. Like, that's a lot of shit.
That's a lot of shit. You know,
And
as
it's something more than that.
as a real player, I would say that man.
And you not a player.
As a
Right.
real player, it would be safe to say that man needs a lot of gigabytes around him.
But you a weirdo
That's
though.
what I need. I need gigabytes. So I
But
understand.
Pimp,
That man
that's the
needs gigabytes.
difference. But Pimp, that's the difference. You was actually that dude. He's aware of what you need that more shit. You don't need all that shit and you wear it like that, nigga.
That nigga got a bunch of gigabytes. Like he's trying to record.
And you already awkward. And you ain't stepping to no official bitches. Every bitch you bag is a bitch you bag off some back page website. Yeah. You watch Floyd. Floyd never bagged a bitch that was top notch off the. Yes, he never. Every bitch he bagged it's a date. It's some kind of arrangement he found through some back page. Am I lying? Am I lying? Disagreeable?
Oh, I mean, I understand that he don't want no relationship, but damn, you could just get somebody off the street. He don't even want to talk to nobody.
He did. Now he did. He'll cold approach, but it's so awkward. It's like his cold approach was so awkward. And you gotta watch. It's up there. He cold approached this Brazilian broad, and she was all right. And he just started asking for her Instagram and asking for her WhatsApp. Then he'll be like, "Can we take a selfie video?" He'll take a selfie. He immediately put him on camera. He start voyeurism. It get weird.
That's a fucking weirdo, bro.
Right. He immediately go to voyeurism. He'd be like, "Yo, can I film you? Can I take a selfie video? What's your Instagram? What's your WhatsApp?" But for the most part with us, we used to like Floyd. He got that same shirt on, that same red polo, had nappy. We used to be like, I used to be in this chat like, "Yo, I'll send you $2 if you brush your hair." Niggas would be like, "Yo, brush your hair." Niggas would be like, "Yo, brush your hair." No, niggas would be like, "Yo, trim up your beard, nigga. Why don't you just trim your beard up?" Niggas would be like,
Nigga said the bitches would flake on him and he would rage all night. They do flake though. They do flake sometimes.
He ain't lying. Disagreeable is not lying. And then that's when we be in this chat like, "Yo, brush your hair, nigga. Look at you. You looking crazy."
What you said this shit was?
His channel?
Yeah.
Foreign only. But you know what I worry about? I don't know if he's gonna ever be seen again. Unless because you know there's tension between Venezuela, Brazil, and Colombia with the United States. Even some parts of Africa, there's tension because of the whole immigration and Trump. And so all of that diplomacy is out the window.
So
you feel me?
When did he get upset when the bitch flaked on him?
Oh, it's any video. You just pull up any fucking video. Pull up any one of his videos. He might have it in the title. Matter of fact, you could go right to one of the first video when he getting his haircut. That first video on his channel, he's getting his haircut. Right there. He gonna talk about bitches flaking on him.
Still taking yours?
This shit is gold. It's comedy
let me
gold.
talk to you guys about what's going on in Medellin, Colombia. And while you're listening to this voiceover, you can watch me get my haircut. Now, this video isn't from Colombia, but from Brazil. I believe it's from Fortaleza, Brazil.
So he got to Brazil 3 months ago.
So this voiceover is done on September 19th, 2025, and right now it's currently 11:03 a.m. and I'm currently in Medellin, Colombia. And I want to give you an updated experience of what I've been through. So I was in Pereira, right? And in Pereira, it's like a miniature version of Medellin, but it's not, right? And I'm going back on Monday for another vlog. But let me tell you something. Pereira is a city where you would go to if you had a date. Now, you could find something there, but you got to remember, a lot of these smaller cities in Colombia, I believe, in my opinion, in my honest, humble opinion, a lot of the women there are closed-minded. Now, I've been getting a lot of rejections lately, and I'm like, okay, let me code approach, let me talk to these women. But no, they are very close-minded. And I think it's because they're used to living a certain way. You know what I mean? You know, when you see something new, you tend not to really go towards it as much, you know, and you just stay in your little circle. You know, you stay in your way because you're used to it. Right? So Pereira is a city where you would go to just if you had a woman with you. If you're going there starting fresh, I wouldn't waste your time. I've had multiple Tinder matches in Pereira and no responses from that. I've code approached in Pereira, right? I got mostly rejections. Another thing is another city called Armenia. I was on a date with Armenia. This date did not go well, right? So she kept asking me to come back to my place. And she wanted to see what my place looked like, but she had no interest of doing any adult stuff. And I'm gonna upload that video soon.
This
but she said that she wanted to see what my place looked like, and she wanted to bring a friend over. Now at this point, we're already out on a date. You know, we're out. You know, we're at KFC. So I told her, I'm just not comfortable with you doing that, especially if we're not doing nothing. If we're not going to do adult things, you know what I mean? I don't see.
Nigga said KFC.
Because, you know, in Colombia, they're known for stealing, unfortunately, and doing other things to Western foreigners like myself. So you got to be careful in Colombia. I lost my glasses, too. That's another thing. I lost my glasses. I don't know. I think it dropped in my pocket or something. So here are some recommendations that I would take. If you go to a foreign country, like Colombia, Brazil, anywhere in the world, right? Let's say anywhere in the world. Let's not single out Colombia. Do not put stuff in your pocket. Get you a bag, like a chest bag that goes over your chest, and then get you like a zipper lock or a clamp that keeps your zipper closed. Because sometimes bags get worn out and the zipper will start opening by itself, and you may not notice this. So get a clip for your front chest bag, you know, like the bag I wear in my videos, like the bag I was wearing in this video, right? Get like a little clip that keeps the zippers together so they don't go undone. I lost my glasses, so I'll have to go back to the United States and do another eye appointment, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. It just fell out of my pocket.
Back there, buddy.
I think it fell out when I was at when I was on the motorcycle to the bus station. Now, another thing is the buses, they're cheap, but they're cheap for a reason. It takes, you say like 5 hours to get to a destination. No, it takes like 7 hours to get to a destination. If you got time on your hands and patience, take the bus. It'll save you a lot of money, especially if you're going to a smaller city. If you want to fly, you can, but it's going to cost you more. You know what I mean? Especially going to the smaller cities, it's going to cost you more money. You would think it'd be cheaper, but no, they don't fly there as much. So when you're out and about, you got to be careful. Do not put stuff in your pockets. Just put it in your bag. Carry only what you need. Don't overdo it. So carry only what you need, because if you lose those things in Colombia, you may not get it back. Most of the time you won't. I lost a lot of stuff and I didn't get it back. So you got to be careful of that. Even if you leave stuff in the Uber, always double check before you leave the Uber.
There we go. It's self-admitted using Uber. He uses the Uber. That's one thing they ain't lying about. He does use Uber in all the countries that it has it. This dude is sick. Dude is sick, dog. Nigga using Uber and all this wild shit. Now I don't know nothing about it, but I don't know if I'll be using no Uber. I want to be.
He leaving the trail.
Yeah, I want to be free. Right. I don't want to be all trailed up.
And he giving like advice on, you know, he
Here
like
we go with this Uber shit again.
What a
This
year.
Uber shit.
Trips, gifts, holidays.
Like this
but all
nigga
those
is
memories come with a
self-incriminating.
cost.
Like
A lot of your record is clear. You know what I mean? Because it's been 3 years and you ain't done nothing. You ain't been in contact with law enforcement or anything. So your record's clean for 3 years straight because you've been overseas for 3 years. You know what I mean? So
my car insurance, because I came here to renew my passport and I got to sell. I got to clear out my storage unit. But my car insurance is only like $40-50. And I'm gonna share this with guys. Uber's so expensive in the States. You're not gonna get $1 and $2 Ubers, guys, in the States. And so I was doing like 2-3 Ubers a day, and I just went out and just bought a car flat out because Ubers are so damn expensive. I was spending like $120 a day on Ubers just to do my regular things. And so I would say that you guys are better off just get like a cheap car or something like that to just move around. Because
to do what?
It definitely is. Especially in the United States, man. I miss being overseas, man. Just getting in an Uber, and the Uber was like $5.
So I bought this little car here. I bought a little Honda for $1,800.
See that? He missed being overseas getting Ubers. Yo, this man is sick. Yo, this nigga's sick, yo.
Getting the Uber to do what? That's the question.
Right.
The $1 million question right there. That's what the law enforcement was asking this nigga. What are you using the Ubers for?
So he was with this bitch. Man. So he went Austin.
Welcome to yet another epic episode of Foreign Only.
Let him get a testimony of what it was like being 2 weeks with Austin. Did he experience what the hell I hyped up out here?
Hold
So
on.
we're stopping.
We out here at Porter.
So this is when they first met. Huh?
Yeah, this is around when they first linked. Yeah.
But the
You
reason
can
for
see
that was because I didn't know which one.
so a lot of people don't talk about the tension that was starting to build up between them. And I think it was because of Austin's personality. You know, he got that dominant alpha male personality, and Floyd's awkward. And Floyd likes to do his thing the way he liked to move the way he liked to move. And Austin, I give Austin that credit. Well, without me knowing, I don't know what other shit he might have in the closet, but at least on camera, he would try to make it like set the setup a little bit more legit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like with a little bit more class, moving smooth about the way you move.
Right.
And that clash with Floyd, he's reckless. He like to do his thing. He like to do his thing. He like to let you know he in the Uber.
Man, I'll come more prepared now.
As I showed you earlier, I finally bought some swimming trunks and flip flops after 2 weeks of being out here. 3 weeks of being in Brazil, actually almost a month. But we got Fred and we got Floyd. Floyd is a subscriber of mine. He was on one of my live streams.
Oh, that's what happened. He was a subscriber of Austin. This is the real work right here, Bernie.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
'Cause this got Austin Holloman Cash App on the video on Floyd's channel. This that real work. Wow.
He said he was inspired by the video, so he came out here to Brazil. That means a lot that people are actually watching.
So he went to Brazil because of Austin Holloman.
Yeah, there you go. You found an origin then. That's it right there.
Wow. Ain't that a bitch? So he was a subscriber. He's now that thing, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, shit, Bernie, you're a subscriber. I wouldn't think you're a fucking weirdo. So doesn't mean he's a weirdo until now when he get busted with the kids.
In the video to the point where I inspired him to come out here. Now, Floyd came out here with nowhere to stay. So we got to work on him getting him an Airbnb.
Oh shit! Wow, that's weird. So say I'm in the DR. I don't know how deep their subscriber thing was. But say I'm in the DR. Fuck it. Say you in the DR, Bernie. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up to put our relationship up against it, but it is what it is. Say you in the DR and you run into the prince, right? And I'll be like, yo, I don't got nowhere to stay. What the fuck are you supposed to do about it? How does that work?
The red flags is already springing out.
Wow.
Airbnb or a hotel. That was a bold move he took right there. Floyd didn't bring no clothes either, so we're gonna have to take him to the mall and get him some gear and cut his hair up too. I need to get my hair cut too. We're gonna get.
Wow. Are you serious? So Austin set all this up, because why would you allow a nigga to come like that? Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't allow you to come if I had it like that. Yeah, come on through. Because the flight to Brazil, that's a big flight. So if you make it here, we could chill, Bernie. You know, I mean, if we had a plan.
Prince, I'm telling you, this goes back to what I said. It's a mutual exchange. Austin is acting as a what was Kevin Samuels calling himself? A style coach, a personal coach?
Yeah.
What the fuck was Kevin Samuels calling himself? Yeah, that's what Austin fancies himself as, an image consultant.
Because of Floyd?
That's what Austin considers himself, an image consultant.
He only had Floyd as his client.
That's yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get it now. That was their exchange.
Unbelievable.
Floyd told, he want to be like him. He said, I admire you. I want to be like you. He like, well, look, I'm in Brazil. Floyd pops up with no clothes.
And we're gonna let him get a testimony of what it was like being 2 weeks with Austin. And did he experience what the hell I hyped up out here?
So let's take a moment. Let's think about this. To traveling, even the trolls, because you make the channel great. But you have to admit,
we said that his shirt is too big. So what size is that? Or what size did it say?
I think it's an XG.
XG. So he need a G. Yeah, he need a regular G. He look a lot better than when he came in. The sleeves could be tighter on that shit though. So the funny thing about Floyd is all those shirts we picked out yesterday on the vlog. This dude left all of the damn shirts except for the one he wore. But to notice at the moment, he said he got a doctor chick.
Hey Prince, did you catch that?
Got a doctor on
what?
He said all those shirts we got for Floyd, this dude left all of them except for the one he got on. Floyd was hard to break out of his awkwardness.
Out of his dustiness.
Out of his dustiness.
This would never happen in the States.
That's what soured their relationship.
That's why I appreciate you coming down here and giving us some valid proof.
And this guy's my inspiration for coming down here.
Come on.
So Austin is the one that gave him the inspiration.
Hey Prince.
Huh?
He would spend weeks with Austin, and then they would this was what they would do. Every time they hooked up, this is what they would do. Floyd would dress him up, cut his hair. As soon as they separate, Floyd would go back to that one t-shirt, nappy ass head. Like he never, none of that shit never happened. And that's why we would get in his comments and be like, yo, what is you doing? You was just with Austin, nigga. Cut your fucking hair.
Leave a comment in my video saying that I need to humble myself. To keep it short, I won't be humbling myself. Because number one, I'm not speaking down on anybody. Okay? You can be confident in yourself and not put other people down and not have to humble yourself. You don't have to but I won't be humbling myself because I'm not putting anybody down. All I'm doing is record. I forgot though. You know what? In the United States, you're not allowed to have any level of confidence without being called arrogant or cocky. If I say, "Damn, I look good in this outfit," you need to humble yourself. No, I don't need to do shit. I need to look good in this outfit, like I said I was.
You guys looking for insider information on my personal experiences on traveling to every country? Remember, you guys, this is a social experiment, and I'm the only guy on YouTube that's going to give you the good and the bad experiences about these places I'm going to. I'm going to tell you everything that's good on Patreon, and I'm also going to tell you the negative things because these women overseas are better. Living overseas, in my opinion, is the best thing I've ever done in my life, but it is not perfect. If you guys would like to know detailed information, it only costs you $4 a month, less than a gallon of gas if you live in the United States, depending on where you live in the United States.
Unbelievable.
Told you he was image consulting. He was charging you like $4 or whatever. I don't know. I never paid for shit.
Most likely, I'm not going to bring it back. I'm going to throw them away and repeat the process.
Wait, why would you throw them away?
Well, because I don't got a place to store them. But he said I can store them at this place, so that's what I'm going to do. All my clothes can be stored here. I'm not going to bring it back to the States. But I'm not going to, I'm not going to bring clothes here just to worry about my luggage if it gets lost,
True.
So people say I'm a dusty, I'm a bum. You don't know nothing about me. You're jumping to you jump to conclusions without.
Homie, you are a Dusty. Can we just all agree, brother? You Dusty. That's fine.
Investigating first. Yes, I messed up. I should have got a mentality. I messed up on that. But the reason for that was because I didn't know which ones to go to. I'll come more prepared now.
So far, what you need to describe what it's been like in Brazil for you so far? You've been here 2 weeks now.
My fault.
Conclusions without investigating first. Yes, I messed up. I should have got a mentality. I messed up on that. But the reason for that was because I didn't know which ones to go to.
Y'all are watching this, Floyd, and y'all are watching this video. He had the gumption, the courage, the balls to step out on faith and to see if there was something different. And you have to apply.
Floyd time and time again about these damn pockets. Now, Floyd, as you know, showed up with not a damn thing, not even a place to lay his head. And right here, we're looking at this is a phone, and then we got another phone. First of all, let's talk about these bulging pockets. You look like Big Shirley right here.
He actually looks more kind of like one of the Simpsons characters or the Sims with all that in his pockets, but let's carry on.
This right here is the main one of them right here. That you can't do no talking once they see that. Thank God you sober. That's the main one of them too.
Hey guys, here's the thing. I messed up. These are things not to do in Brazil. This is just constructive criticism.
But you can't help but show love to the homie Floyd, aka Foreign Lonely. This, among many other things, is what makes him indeed legendary.
And anybody that's with Fred, oh shit, I'm not doing my drink. Anybody that's with Fred and I, we gonna look out. But this guy right here, we've been telling him for damn near 3 weeks now to leave that passport at home.
It's just a habit. It's a
now,
habit.
God forbid, but let's say per se somebody take your passport, you lose it. You gonna have to contact my apartment to see about getting an apartment yourself. You can't do no more audits no more. You can't do them on the military police down here because they ain't gonna do that audit shit. It's that bad.
So I want to talk about women flaking. I know I first got on YouTube, I claim that never happened. Once I started living here, it happened 1 or 2 times so far. But there's still enough wins here to keep you in the game. Versus in the States, you're getting flaked on so much, it'll take you out of the game.
Pretty much. And the thing is, in the States, the meals are way more expensive. When you take a girl out to like Red Lobster or Outback Steaks, you take her into because you're trying to show her your best you know? You're spending hundreds of dollars, probably $200. And when you're doing that, and then they flake on you, or they don't want to take you back to their place, or they just use you as a foodie call. That's not cool. Here in Brazil,
a foodie call. I never heard that before. Foodie call.
So in Brazil, when you go on a date, right, you have a 95% chance of getting something that day. And I'd rather go on a date here in Brazil than I would in the States. And I'd rather, and this is my personal opinion, people might hate me for this, I would rather date a single mom of 1 or 2 in Brazil.
Keep in mind, single moms are not always the best option. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Of course, there are women that are exceptional single moms, and that's worldwide. But ideally, you do not want.
Dash cuts through the chaos. Summarize scattered notes in seconds.
Hey,
Package final.
you see the part where they was ranking on them, telling them how you look crazy out there? That was a constant, and then the comments was, it was like a little game we trolling, they'd be like, yo, Floyd, you gonna take that shit?
I notice about him, he Dusty, and he takes those insults with stride.
But the comments would be like, Floyd, you gonna take that? You gonna let off the talk?
Right,
like
he can't do nothing about it. Floyd, I think that's what makes him cool.
The only 2 options we had in the world. You wouldn't even look in the direction of the United States, baby.
Pretty much. And it's because they play too many games, man.
The price goes up when they get a child.
Of course.
They want more, but they're offering less.
Yeah, and I'm always willing to forgive. Like the first one, we all make mistakes. But when you have 2 by bad boy number 2, then you gotta look at yourself and change what you're doing. So guys, I've been in Brazil for almost 72 hours now, and I want to say that I want to stay here. I no longer want to live in the United States. I feel a lot safer. I feel a lot better. I can be myself. Like I was approaching these women, and I almost tripped them with a chair, and they didn't care. I still got their number, and I'm meeting one of them tonight. And you know what's crazy? If I had done that in the USA, I would have been disqualified immediately. He's too nervous. He's too clumsy. We all.
Yeah, my gladiator coming in, man.
Yeah, we pick it up. We could pick it up.